Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans with my husband and my podcast co-host, Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
And we'll just go ahead and just say it's been a very tough day. We're recording this after watching heavy news all day today. I tried to lay down and take a nap, and right when I did, my phone started ringing or dinging with messages about Charlie Kirk being shot at, if you're not familiar, Charlie Kirk's a political activist. He's a conservative, and he goes around to college campuses and basically just, tries to have healthy debates with people, who oppose conservative beliefs and values. Anyway, got the news that he had been shot, and immediately nap over. Started praying that, because at that point, my friend said that there was a pulse, but then within minutes heard the news that Charlie Kirk had passed away, and it's just been a really hard day. I just think it's just scary what's happening in our country, no matter, what side of the fence you're on politically. It's just a very, very sad day. So it's been really heavy. But we have a podcast to record, but that's, kind of a fog, a cloud hanging over Alan and me right now. So I really apologize that we're not coming with the usual enthusiasm. We're not a political podcast we don't talk politics very much, if at all, but this I think goes beyond politics, just humanity, right?
Yeah. I think we've mentioned it over the years. We try to keep things, fun and lighthearted.
Well, sometimes you go a little deep, but for the most part.
But when it comes to politics and current events and things like that, it's not that Kelly and I aren't interested in those things. We just feel like, based on what we hear from our audience and what they enjoy, that's not one of the politics
right.
Isn't one of the subjects that they would really like to hear from us.
And
now,
and I'm not good at debating politics too. When you start getting down to the minutia of it, I'm like, well, I know how I feel and I know what I believe, but then, I don't want to argue with people about it. I just, I have people in my life I'm very, very close with that we completely disagree politically, but we're still able to be friends. We just don't, dive into that minutia.
Now, I will say, since this is just like Kelly said, kind of an overall feeling, it just seems like, and we were just talking about this the other day, since 2020, things just haven't seemed right. I don't know what it is.
And I'm not gotten right. It's never gotten back on course.
We were just talking about how we felt like, 2019 was a really great year. And then obviously with COVID and how that all went down, and just how that affected everybody's lives, not only here in Texas, but
just
all around the world.
Yeah, for our personal lives, things were at a peak for us right about then, too. And then,
but ever since then, it's just there's been this weird
shift.
You can't even put your finger on what it is, but I guess the stuff that happened today is just. It's just another in a long line of things that you just wonder, like, what's going on? Like, what is going on? I don't understand what's going on.
And the senseless killings that are happening across the country, truly too. But I think what really just was more horrifying to me, honestly, was the celebration that I was seeing for this man being murdered, being assassinated, and to see that reaction, I just I can't understand that. I really just cannot understand that.
I don't get that either.
For someone that just doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, say what you want about politics, and I don't agree with this, or I don't agree with that, or I think this or that. Do you ever celebrate the killing of another human being?
The assassination.
Is there ever a time to celebrate that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe a family that's watching, somebody get executed on death row and they had a family member killed. Maybe that gives them some peace to see somebody, killed right there in front of them.
But throw parties and play Kool and the Gang Celebration in the background and do a dance.
Right.
That seems
for somebody that you disagree with, just that has a different idea than you. I don't think that that's right, man. Yeah. I think that that's way off. And I think that anybody who has that kind of, I'll give you an opinion. I think that anybody that has that kind of feeling in their soul really needs to take a look in the mirror and say, hey man, wait, what's the matter with you?
Well, how have I let myself get this
how have I let myself get to the point where I feel like I can get out on social media and play Kool in the Gang Celebration when a father who's 31 years old, happily married with 2 little girls,
a little boy and a girl,
or a boy and a girl, just got freaking shot for the world to see. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
It's evil. It's evil.
And I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be saying the same thing if it were somebody else on the other side of the political spectrum.
I can't imagine.
There's no reason,
doing a dance.
right?
I just don't. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
I think that's what's making it even heavier because it's sad. But then it's just like, then there's this other side of an evilness to it. Anyway, a lot of people probably have already turned off the podcast at this point, and I'm sorry, but I just can't not say anything. I called him Kellie, my daughter in college, she's like, are you sick? Have you been crying? I'm like, well, yeah, I was calling just kind of, because Charlie Kirk had been going around to college campuses, but Emma Kellie knew who he was, but wasn't as familiar with him. So she wasn't as, she was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. So she really wasn't knee deep in the social media like I was at that point. But yeah, after watching all the stuff on X and TikTok and Instagram, I turned on a little Summer I Turned Pretty too. I turned that on too and kind of lost myself in that ridiculous storyline for a minute.
Is that the one that's real?
Yeah, with the kids.
It's dark and everybody's weeping. And
well, you'll be happy to know that it's almost over.
Oh.
There's one more episode. The final,
And why are those 2 guys always arguing with each other?
Well, they're brothers and they both happen.
And they're throwing F-bombs down at each other.
That's because they both happen to fall in love with the same irresistible girl. Just couldn't. So irresistible, it broke up a family.
Okay.
But anyway, there's that. Oh, and let's just totally shift gears here, right? We're going to try to pep things up a little bit. I was really excited that Only Murders in the Building is back for I think it's season 5. And this is the only reason I got Hulu. Really, I told Alan I was willing to give up a lot of things. I gave up Paramount Plus, I believe it was, to get Peacock. And then I convinced him to get the Disney Hulu bundle just so I could watch Only Murders in the Building, which I'm really happy about. But then it made me even more excited because there was a couple, they went on Instagram and they were sharing all of their, because I want to watch real crime documentaries with you because that's something that you like watching with me. And this couple was suggesting all of these true crime documentaries to watch. And 80% of their top ones here are all on Hulu. I was really, really excited about that. So now we have another reason to justify having that subscription.
We have Hulu?
Yes, for Only Murders in the Building. It's part of the Disney bundle.
Oh, okay.
I can also watch my, what's that show? The detective. She's not a detective. She's a consultant because she has a very high IQ. And she helps them solve crimes. I've never watched that in real time, so I can watch that on repeat. Man, I just went blank on the name of it. Anyway, high potential. That's it. That's a good one too. But in case you're looking for documentary suggestions, I talked about this on the Kid Craddock morning show.
National Syndicate.
And I posted in my Instagram stories because so many people were DMing me about it. But in case you missed it, I'll share them with you now. This husband and wife, I do not know them, but they are really into true crime documentaries. And they said if we liked it and hearted it, I hearted it. It's like, I want more because I want to watch things with you, honey. They said the true crime documentaries they recommend, number 1 on their list was a Hulu documentary, Ken and Barbie. I have no idea what that's about, but they both highly recommended that one. Also on Hulu, Trophy Wife Murder on Safari. What kind of title makes you want to watch that, right?
Okay.
Trophy, Allen's looking completely unmoved. Mm-hmm. Next, also on Hulu, The Perfect Wife.
Well, I just see a list. I don't see any photos or anything
telling you, these are the names.
Engage me.
These are just the titles. That's all I have.
Oh, okay.
The Perfect Wife on Hulu. Also Hulu, Mr. and Mrs. Murder.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Come on, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Then you got one suggestion from Netflix, Gone Girls, the Long Island serial killer.
I think I watched.
You watched
didn't
that
we
one, maybe?
watch? I thought I've already seen that.
I haven't watched it. But you watched some without me. Back to Hulu, The Girls on the High Bridge, Box Full of Murders.
How many are there?
Well, this is what they recommended.
Okay.
There's
That's a lot.
It's 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay.
Okay, grumpy pants.
How many?
I'm trying to change the energy here, and you're making it worse.
How many episodes in each one of these?
I don't know, but they're little docuseries. And The Girl in the Picture is the last one on Netflix.
Okay, maybe we can start with one and see if we can get through it.
Well, that's the recommendations. You sat there with your mom and dad and watched 8 episodes of the Cowboys documentary.
Yes.
And you're going to get mad at me for rattling off a list of 8 titles of documentaries that we can watch together.
No one's mad.
You're grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm fine.
You criticized my list halfway through it.
People love lists. No,
you don't apparently.
I was just like, man, it just seemed like a lot.
It's 8.
Maybe it's because the titles were so long.
You can see the list right over my shoulder.
Maybe it's because the titles were so long.
All right. Well, forget I brought it up. But for everybody else, my gosh, Alan.
We can watch it. Ken and Barbie.
I'll watch them by myself if you don't want to.
Ken and Barbie, Hulu. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
I just told you these are true crime documentaries, and those are the ones that the couple recommended. That's the title of it.
What is
I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay.
I didn't do any research besides writing down the list of what they recommended.
Well, it must be a good list because it has me wanting more.
I'm sorry I did not have more for you.
I want more information.
All right.
I think I just want more information.
Well, I will get it for you. Maybe we'll share some of those if we ever get around to watching them together.
Yeah.
All right. You said you had something you want to talk about, or you want me to keep going? You are going to love Legacy Box. You know, becoming a parent changes how you look at memories. While we're savoring and saving every moment with our kids, suddenly you start to realize a lot of important memories from our childhood. They're trapped on VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, photo albums, crammed into boxes labeled "Do Not Throw Away" and shoved into an attic. Those are at risk of being destroyed by heat, moisture, disaster, time. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's why you need Legacy Box now. They are the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. And the process is so simple. They send you a Legacy Box and you fill it up with old VHS tapes, pictures, film reels, slides, DVDs, whatever you've got. Their team in Tennessee carefully digitizes it all by hand. They send you back the originals plus digital files on the cloud or a thumb drive. Ordering a Legacy Box is one of the best things I've done for my family because now instead of just telling my kids about that crazy vacation I took to the mountains when I was a kid, I get to show them and relive it with them. And right now, during Legacy Box's Father's Day sale, you can save big while preserving your family's history. Visit legacybox.com/sandwich to get started today. That's legacybox.com/sandwich. It's the little things that make a big difference in how I feel. Now, for me right now, it's about stretching. I didn't realize how stiff I was until I started doing it. I love when I can stretch a little further than before. It makes me feel refreshed when I'm done. And you know, a little makeup refresh can make all the difference too with Thrive Cosmetics, my go-to clean makeup routine year-round. Now, of course, their brilliant eye brightener and Stella champagne is always in my makeup bag. Actually, I need to reorder more. I'm almost out. But it comes in 32 shades, and the Shenna Mint Green Shimmer looks really fun for summer. Their Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon, it's really amazing. It gives you a beautiful color that lasts without feeling dry. They have 18 buildable shades, and I love the Dusty Rose Kaiza color. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the best part, for every product you buy, Thrive donates products and funds to help communities thrive. So far, they've given over $150 million in products and cash to over 600 giving partners. This is beauty with purpose. Amplify your summer look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich for an exclusive 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich. I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one day I was walking past the windows going upstairs and I noticed this greasy cooking smell. You know what I mean? It turns out it was our blinds. Something about the sun was breaking them down over the years. And who knows how long they were there before we bought our house. We needed new blinds bad, and that's what led me to 3-Day Blinds.
I absolutely loved how easy they made the whole process. They send a professionally trained design consultant to your home. It's a free, no obligation, same-day quote. And they've got thousands of options to fit any budget and style. It's not just blinds. They've got shades, shutters, drapery too. 3-Day Blinds even has those motorized smart blinds that work with Alexa. Those are so cool. They take all the measurements. They handle the installation too. And it's perfect because I'm not handy. And what a difference it's made. This is an upgrade that makes your whole house feel refreshed and polished without having to do a big renovation. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to dayblinds.com/sandwich. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the 3dayblinds.com/sandwich.
Couple of family update. We have another football player in the family. We talked about this a couple of years ago. You know, Cole was playing football for junior high. He's in high school now, but he was playing junior high football.
Middle school, what'd you say?
Middle school. Yeah, middle school. So Dylan is now in the 7th grade. He is playing middle school football, and he's the kicker.
Yeah.
He is a specialty position. He is the kicker.
It's all that soccer playing is paying off.
Soccer, yeah. And now Dylan is not, if you've seen pictures of the Dillster on our social media, the Dillster is not the biggest guy, which is fine. He's a good golfer. He's a good soccer player. He was a good baseball player. But in football,
kickers aren't really that big all the time.
Usually your kicker isn't like your biggest guy. So he's the kicker because he has a strong leg. So Kelly and I went and watched his first home game. It was a defensive struggle, 0-0.
That was the final score.
Was the final score. Dillster had a nice kickoff. He had a couple of nice punts because the snapping was always questionable.
Yeah, they need to work on the snapping.
The long snapping, he was always kind of running after the ball, but he got the punt off. And then at the end of the game, his team drove all the way down, set him up for about a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And they attempted the field goal. He did not make it. He got a foot on it, but it was just kind of a low line drive and didn't get to the goalpost.
But bless his heart.
But he got a good foot on it.
First time.
Yeah.
And first time ever having to try to kick that kind of a point or field goal, whatever. He had a lesson and, he was doing good in practice. So it's just, but it's different when you have a lot of boys running at you, trying to take your head off.
Trying to block it. Yeah.
So anyway, we're proud of him for getting out there.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, okay, here's kind of not a meaningless game, but it's just a regular 7th grade game. And your son is kicking a field goal to win the game. And that amount of pressure anxiety, I guess, that we were feeling for Dylan. Can you imagine if you had a son who was kicking in like the Super Bowl to win the game?
I can't imagine. You just want so bad. We were like, I just want him to be the hero, and would have won the game 3-0, but it was fine. And we also actually met a very sweet lady, a podcast listener named Jill.
Yes.
In social media, when she messaged me today, it was Jillian, but Jill, and her son was the quarterback for the opposing team.
He was good.
And he was very good. He was also very tiny, not a big kid. He hadn't hit his growth spurt yet, but he was very good. And she was really nice. She just like, I hate to bother y'all, but I just, was hoping one day we'd run into you out in public, and here we are. And we're always like, if you ever see us out and you want to say, hey, please do. Unless you see us arguing over, documentaries, apparently that's a big bone of contention in this relationship.
Yes.
You can come up and say hi, interrupt us. You might prevent a huge argument. You don't know what you might be breaking up between us, but just be nice. That's all. You just be nice and we be nice back.
And while we're on the football subject, your Dallas Cowboys lost to the Philadelphia Eagles in the city of brotherly shove, 24-20. So you and I both got a point on that. So we both
our scores were wrong. I don't even know what I guessed.
You guessed 24-7. This final score was 24-20.
Yeah, the Cowboys did better than everybody anticipated, but it did have something to do with that guy getting kicked out.
Oh, that was part of it. And then I picked 34-10.
The guy that spit on Dak got booted, and everybody's like, well, Dak spit first. Dak
did disrespect him by spitting on the guy. From what I'm gathering, was coming up trying to listen to their huddle or was trying to intimidate them or something. And Dak came out and spit on the ground toward him. And so the guy responded by spitting on Dak. Is that what you understood happened?
Yeah, I guess so.
It was a disrespectful thing.
Well, the whole thing.
Spitting is disgusting.
The whole thing didn't need to happen because
No, it didn't.
Jalen Carter, the Eagle, didn't need to be over there in the Cowboys huddle,
Right.
number
And-
one.
Right.
And then once he was over there, Dak
Dak-
was standing behind his lineman. And Jalen Carter wanted to go over there and start clowning Tyler Booker, who's a rookie, the rookie from Alabama.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Yeah, because he was matched up with him all game. So he
Oh.
wanted to go over there and tell him, hey, look, rookie, this is going to be a long game for you. I'm just telling you, this is going to be a long game for you. So that's why he came over there. And then Dak saw this. He does the kind of low key, just spits on the ground like, we're not going to listen to this. And then, and then Dak went up to him because Jalen Carter said, did you just try to spit on me? And Dak said, why would I try to spit on you? And then Jalen Carter spit on Dak.
Yeah.
Spit on his
You're
jersey.
outta here.
And then the ref immediately sees this, throws the flag. They kick Jalen Carter out. He gets fined $57,000 for the game. And for him, probably not too much.
Yeah,
Too
a
bad.
little slap on the wrist.
But
Missing a whole game's a big deal.
yeah, he's not going to miss any other games, though.
No, that was it. Because he didn't even play at all, right?
He didn't play at all. Okay,
That
so
was his one game suspension.
week 2, let's just do this real quick. We got Cowboys versus the New York Football Giants.
Oh, we're only doing Cowboys games?
Yes, we're only doing Cowboys games. This is at Jerry World in the Death Star, the only dome stadium where weather is a factor,
Where the sun will set in their eyes.
where the sun will set in the west in their eyes.
Is the game during sunset time?
I'm not sure what time the game is. Anyway, who do you got? Cowboys versus Giants in
Who's the quarterback for the Giants?
3,000-year-old Russell Wilson.
Oh, ooh. That's tough. I think
They drafted this rookie named Jackson Dart from, I think he went to Ole Miss. And you saw him on draft day because I remember you talking about him. Oh, he's a good looking kid.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember names unless they were on that quarterback special
Right.
we
So,
saw on Netflix.
but I think 9 million-year-old Russ Wilson is going to start the game.
Well, why don't you go first on this guess, and maybe I'll kind of pick up on your lead.
Well, I mean, the Cowboys have a really good record against the Giants, even over the years. Like I think they're 8-1 in their last.
We just have their number.
The Giants are so bad. They're so bad, and I don't think that they get a win this week because the Cowboys really need a win now. So
And they'll be home.
yeah, and it's home. So I guess I'll carefully take the Cowboys. Something like 30-20.
All right. I will carefully take the Cowboys with you based on that inside information that you just gave me, that Russell Wilson is the quarterback for the Giants, which is very inside information.
Mm-hmm.
I will go with a low-scoring game. Let's see. Touchdowns, 3. I'll give the Cowboys 3 touchdowns I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they'll make all the extra points. So it'll be 21. And then the other ones, I'll do 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So I'll say 21-17.
21-17. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's our picks
So
for
the
this
Cowboys
week.
win.
Now, for somebody to win this picks game, we're going to have to pick different at some point. Like if we always pick the same team.
Well, I went first last time.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll switch up going first each
And
time.
so I'll go first next time.
Okay.
Who do they play the next time?
I forget who they got in week
We'll look
3.
it up.
Yeah. I just take it one week at a time. Okay, so there's your football talk on a sandwich and some 11. There you go. Go Cowboys.
Okay, so
We dem boys.
We were, I think we talked last podcast about the Phillies mom that stole the baseball. The Phillies baseball fan. Was that on
I don't think we talked on the
We
podcast.
didn't?
No.
I can't remember who I talk about what with.
Right.
But the Phillies baseball game where the dad went to go and there was a woman fighting for the baseball at the same time, and the dad grabbed it, went back and gave it to his son, and she marched all the way over to his section and said, "You couldn't do that. That was my ball. You shouldn't have taken that." And the dad's like, "What? I gave it to my son. It's his birthday." And the man finally says, "It ain't worth this drama." So he took the ball out of his son's glove, gave it to the woman, and she marched over triumphant like, "That's right. You don't do that to me." Backlash was very swift. The Phillies people saw what was happening because this was all playing out on TV because the announcers were following it. So they immediately went up to the stands and gave this kid a gift bag filled with all sorts of Phillies gear and goodies. And then the player that had hit that home run, what was his name? Something with a B. Something with a B. Anyway, Beltac, I don't remember. I don't keep up. But
yeah, I don't
then
keep up with
the guy that hit the ball that the kid, had to give away the ball, invited him to come down after the game, gave him an autographed bat on top of, a ball and everything. And that was great. But then everybody's, piling on and all this woman is the most evil person. Now, what she did was not great. It was not immature. You let the kid have the ball. That should be the rule. If there's a kid around, the kid gets the ball. Come on. But all this virtue signaling now that's going on. Somebody that owns like an RV company said he's so mad about what happened. He's going to give the kid and his family tickets to the World Series.
Wow.
And an RV.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, are you serious? Isn't that like a little much?
Well, they're using it for...
Well, it's virtue
their own
signaling.
purposes.
It's like, we've never done anything this bad, so we're going to give you a freaking RV and World Series tickets. Well, those are kind of expensive.
I think the club acknowledging that, that wasn't cool, and then having the player give him the bat, that was a big deal.
And some people
I think that was a big deal.
Some people are calling for her to be banned for life.
I saw something, that's another thing that I'm just, half the things I read, I'm like, is this true or not? About Jeffrey Lurie, who's the owner of the Eagles. He said that she's not allowed into Lincoln Financial Field for life.
I don't know, because a lot of that, there's a lot of AI stuff going on. Yeah. There's a lot of AI, so I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know all the other stuff about the RV and stuff. That was true.
Yeah.
But that just... I was saying that to say this, Alan and I have talked about every once in a while, like the dream. Well, my aunt got very upset because she thought we were really serious about selling off all of our possessions and just
everybody got very upset.
living in an RV and traveling the country, which actually part of that is kind of fun and appealing to me. I don't know if I want to give up my permanent place of residence for that, for my retirement plan, but it would be kind of fun to have one, and maybe in the hottest parts of the Texas summers, just take off for prettier, cooler areas that have more mild climates or something. Mm-hmm. But anyway, there was a story going around online with people talking about the most expensive things that they've ever bought and never use. One of them being an RV. And imagine like big toys like boats and things like that.
Yeah.
But then it went on BuzzFeed where people were like talking about the most expensive things they've ever bought and never used. Okay. Now I know one thing that we got that was very expensive when we first got married was the membership to the Cowboys Club.
Yeah, we used it a couple of times.
And never went. It just we never went. So
I
finally,
used it more than you did.
You did a little bit more than me, but it was just it didn't justify it. So it was something that was very expensive. It was like, man, that was a waste of money.
Well, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way too.
Yeah, the rules are stupid.
I freaking went up there. I don't know if I ever told the story on the podcast.
We might have because it's been so long though.
I took my daughter up there for her birthday years ago, and make a reservation. Got this special little room. It's just her and I,
Literally, y'all were the only two
We're the only two in this room, this big, elaborate room. Very nice. And they got a nice, nice dinner, a special cake and everything. I reach down, take out my phone to take a picture of my daughter with her birthday cake. They come running over like I had just broken the law or something.
You did. You broke the rule.
Excuse me, sir. We don't allow pictures in the Cowboys Club. I'm like, can I take a picture of my daughter with her birthday cake? No, I'm sorry. That would violate the policy of this club. Like, you know what you can do with that policy in your club?
Well, here's the thing. They have a suggestion box, basically, where you can make suggestions online because you are a member of this club and you paid an exorbitant fee to have the privilege to come up there and expend exorbitant amounts of money eating food and drinking. And I said, how about for special occasions such as birthdays, anniversaries, wedding proposals that may happen up there, you have a staff photographer or somebody on the property that will just come up, take a picture of that little event, make sure you don't see any famous people who weren't there. There was 0 people in the restaurant when this happened to Allen. And if there's anything, any privileged information that might get out, have your staff do it. And they said,
chirp, chirp.
no.
Chirp,
They
chirp.
didn't just chirp, chirp. They said no.
Yeah.
But then you go up on another night when Jerry Jones is up there showing off his new whiskey, getting lit, banging on a piano, jumping on, just like cutting loose. Everybody just free for all. They're like, yeah, pictures are allowed tonight.
I didn't get it.
It makes no sense.
I didn't get it.
The place was jam packed with 500 people and a drunk Jerry banging on a piano with a guy playing piano with his feet.
Yeah.
Take all the pictures you want, but not of just me and my dog. That burned us up.
like,
We were out of there.
I was out after that. I'm like, I don't need to watch practice that.
So that's a little our story. But anyway, this is some of the things people have bought on BuzzFeed that said, man, it was so expensive. A drone. Now, I know a lot of people, we get the little ones for like $20 from Radio Shack or something for your kids at Christmas. They play it
Radio
once
Shack.
whatever. And they break. Brookstone, how about that? It says, but if some of these people they really invest in expensive ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, it turns out it's hard to find legal areas to fly it. And everyone hates you. Remember, because they're like, if it flies over my property, I'll shoot it. Somebody said a boat. My husband always wanted a boat. I always said, no, you won't use it. But then he got really sick. The doctor thought it was cancer. He started looking at boats again. I didn't want him to die. And the last item on his bucket list was an unfulfilled wish because of his bitch wife.
Whoa.
So he bought the boat. He did not have cancer.
Oh.
So, good news is he didn't have cancer.
Yeah.
Bad news is he bought a boat. Another person said a telescope.
Yeah, I could see that.
They live in a part of the country that's cloudy all the time. A fitness bike. Who has not done this? The person said the plan was to watch TV, ride my bike, and get fit. Now I just hang clothes on it. That is every exercise bike in the country.
Yeah.
We always say we're going to do it while we're watching TV.
The Peloton used to be a big player. I think they've kind of almost gone under now.
I
haven't
don't
they?
know what's going on. I remember I bought it's not a huge investment, but like a mini trampoline because apparently jumping was supposed to be good for you and good for your joints. I'm like, I'm just going to jump and watch TV. Pfft, that happened once. A heart defibrillator.
Wow.
They've never had to use it, but she said, but I'll be happy if I ever have to. The RV. Somebody bought an RV and said, I used it once 12 years ago.
Wow.
And then you just store it. Can you imagine how expensive that is? A high-tech blender that now serves as a fancy paperweight in my kitchen. My mother always wanted one of those mixers. They're just so beautiful on your kitchen counter. You know, the ones that has like a big bowl and everything. Those things are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And those high mixers and juicers and everything, and you never use them.
Like a bread maker.
Because they're so expensive and they're hard to clean.
A pasta maker.
They're so hard to clean.
Now, I will say my Ron Popeil rotisserie was great.
Alan insisted for our wedding. Alan insisted.
Which means you have to do it.
Alan, you insisted.
Again, which means there's no other choice.
That we register for a rotisserie chicken cooker, not just for one chicken, but for two.
Right.
Because he was convinced we were going to be all eating so much chicken, we'd have to roast 2 at a time. Ask me how many times we've used that 2 chicken rotisserie cooker.
Now, we don't use the rotisserie cooker.
That would be 0 times.
But we eat a lot of chicken, and it's out of that air fryer.
But that would be 0 times. And guess where that 2 chicken rotisserie cooker is that I tried to get rid of at many a swap party? It's in the shed out back.
I keep it there so Kelly can't get rid of it. Because if she can get her little grubby mitts on it, she'll get rid of it.
Alan, it has been 8 years. It is in the outdoor storage shed.
That's where it's going to stay, too. Never know when I'll have to grab it and go.
For 2 chickens, we're going to rotisserie cook. I bet it doesn't even work now.
All I need is my...
It's not even in the box.
All I need is my rotisserie chicken cooker.
It's probably sitting out with rust. Rats have probably eaten through the extension cord.
Strap that on the back of my motorcycle. I could live fine.
Eating 2 chickens at a time. A $1,000 camera. I only used it for 1 trip. How many people
I can see
say
that. A lot of people buy a really nice camera. I'm going to get into photography. Yeah.
You have a nice camera and setup.
I do, but I've used it a lot.
We need to use it more. I need new headshots. Okay, this is Alan's going to get on me for this one. A generator. Because I always, every winter, I'm like, Alan, we need to get a generator this year. We need to get a generator just in case, just in case. This person said, we were out of power for 10 days after an October storm in 2011. We bought the generator as soon as they were back in stock, and we've never needed it since.
Kelly wants to get ready for the apocalypse. She's always wanting to be ready for that apocalypse.
I just don't want to be without power for a long time.
She is convinced that there's going to be, I don't know, nuclear holocaust or...
Well, based on the way things are going in this country, you might get me my generator.
China's going to knock out our electrical systems or something. Something's going to happen.
I spent a lot of money on a high-end basketball hoop because my wife was thinking about getting back into coaching. We were outside shooting around and hit this nasty crossover, and I broke both of her ankles. We haven't used it since. Oh my gosh.
Now, that's an expression in basketball. When you fake somebody out so bad, you break their ankles. So I'm not sure if he's being literal
says,
there.
I broke both of her ankles. I don't know.
That's a basketball expression.
I don't know what that means. Not
Because
necessarily.
he said nasty crossover.
Well, then maybe he didn't really. Not necessarily one thing, but too many instruments and gear. I never play them all at once, obviously, and then I just use the same one 95% of the time. You don't really have any. Do you have any expensive guitars or anything? You mess around them every once in a while.
I have my 2 acoustics
and
and my 1 electric.
Here's something you can agree with: a power washer. The person said, I haven't opened the box yet, and I bought it 3 years ago. Now, when I gave you that power washer for Christmas, you opened it and you were very unenthusiastic. But how much did you love that power washer?
Worked pretty well.
It's fun until JD broke it, right?
That's a sore subject.
Brother-in-law broke it. Family joke. 8 cemetery plots. I knew the price was going to double, and I thought it'd be a good investment. But cemetery plots do not sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
This person bought cemetery plots for the whole family, apparently.
It's kind of macabre.
That's morbid.
That's macabre.
I don't know. That one's boring. Da 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 da.
I didn't realize people love lists.
Well, they're not all important. I decided to get back into gaming last year after taking 10 years off. I bought a Switch OLED, a 1 TB card. What's a TB card?
Terabyte.
And filled that bad boy halfway with a buttload of games. Never use it, though I do dust and charge it weekly. As I am in my 50s, I'm going to call this my midlife crisis. I'm glad you've never really gotten into it. And somebody said the thing they spent a lot of money on and never use.
Gotten into what?
Gaming.
Oh, I used to when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, but not now.
Yeah.
A lot of people. The person said they spent a lot of money on something and they never used their college degree. How many people will agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asked how much college education do you have? You check the box. Mm-hmm. But nobody's ever asked me to show anything or prove that I have a BA in English, which I do, by the way. How about you?
In what respect, Ben?
Anybody ever asked to see your degree?
Yeah, right out of college, they wanted to make sure I had one. Yeah, they verified that I had one.
Really? So that did work for you?
Yeah, but things used to be different, you know?
Yeah.
Like for certain jobs, you had to have a degree. And nowadays, it's a little different.
Someone paid $1,000 for a domain name and never used it, just parked it for $1,000.
My man.
Big Al does that a lot.
He's a big domain guy, isn't he? Yeah.
You can't scroll your phone for more than 30 seconds without seeing somebody talking about GLP-1s. Maybe you've been close to trying them, but you're not a needle person, or maybe you're looking for a natural alternative. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast sponsor, Veracity. Their Metabolism Ignite, it's a natural plant-based GLP-1 alternative that is doctor recommended and clinically proven to help reduce hunger. Just 2 capsules with breakfast every morning. It's all you need. And one of the first things I noticed was I wasn't thinking about food all day. That food noise you always are constantly battling. Metabolism Ignite has no allergens, no caffeine, no negative side effects, and we love that. It's shown to reduce hunger by 85% and clinically proven to help lose an average of 9 pounds in 90 days. We really love that. Look, this stuff is sold out 10 times for a reason. So before it sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use sandwich for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. Make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH so they know we sent you. Now that I've reached a certain age, I realize how much my sleep affects me and everybody around me. It affects my energy, my mood, my patience. And I've also learned that I don't need to waste a lot on fancy sleep gadgets because one of the best things I've done is upgrade to Boll and Branch sheets. I noticed the difference from night one. They are incredibly soft, so breathable. It's because Boll and Branch's sheets are made with 100% organic cotton that's woven specifically for airflow. Now I don't wake up feeling hot with sheets sticking to my legs anymore. My sheets keep me cool and comfortable all night long. And they've actually gotten softer with every wash. They even did a survey of their customers. 94% of them said the same thing. I love my Boll and Branch sheets, and honestly, I can't imagine ever going back to any other bedding. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bollandbranch.com/sandwich with code SANDWICH. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/sandwich. Code SANDWICH to take 20% off. bollandbranch.com/sandwich, code SANDWICH. Exclusions apply. I think everybody's had that moment where they say, I should start my own business. Now, maybe you've got an amazing hot sauce recipe, or you've gotten really great at making candles or jewelry, and all your friends keep telling you you should sell that stuff. Well, what's stopping you? If you've been sitting on a business idea, Shopify makes it easy to make it happen. Everything you need to start selling is included and ready from day one. When your first customer is ready to buy, Shopify Checkout helps more people actually complete the purchase. And when they come back, their information's already saved. So checkout is quick and easy. One tap and they're done. Shopify handles all the technical stuff too, the setup and checkout, so you can spend your time growing your business and doing what you actually love. It's no wonder Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to small businesses just getting started like yours. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business, so go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/sandwich. That's shopify.com/sandwich. One more time, shopify.com/sandwich.
Bought an expensive watch to celebrate a milestone, but it feels too fancy to wear regularly. That's the thing. It's like you have these really expensive things, like maybe designer purses or designer watches. My mother and I were just talking about, she has her grandmother's silverware. And never uses it, number one, because you have to hand polish it and all that stuff. It tarnishes and everything. She's like, but we have all these fancy things in China and things we never use. We save them for special occasions. And then it's like, then why have them? Wear that watch, man. Use that China.
I think nice things are meant to be used.
Yeah. 3 mountain bikes, one for my partner, which he never uses, one for myself, which ended up being too big and I couldn't return it. A second one for myself that was a much better fit, which I never use, plus all the accessories and upgrades for all 3. Probably spent almost $5,000. I remember when you wanted a bike, it was during COVID. Everybody wanted a bike during COVID. Got you a bike. That didn't last very long. Then you got into motorcycles.
Yeah. Then I thought, man, this is fun, but I just don't like this pedaling part.
Yeah. Bought a fancy painting set to explore my artistic side. Turns out I'm not much of a painter. That's probably another COVID purchase. Everybody's going to be doing all that, during COVID. I'm going to bike more. I'm going to paint more. Mm-hmm. I have a robotic vacuum that sounded convenient, but it doesn't work well on my carpets. Well, there's that. I've never wanted a Roomba. Have you?
A Roomba?
Yeah, one of those electronic self-robot vacuums.
No, not really.
Not really.
Nora comes every other week.
Another person owns a set of crystal wine glasses, special occasions, never happen. I got a kayak thinking I'd spend my weekends on the water, but I've used it maybe twice.
A kayak. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oculus 2 VR.
Oh, gosh.
Those the virtual reality things. Most people I talk to seem to be the same. You're into it for like 2 months. You show it to everybody, then stick it in a drawer and never touch it again. I actually got really bad motion sickness in the games that you move around in. That wasn't fun. How about a pool table?
Pool table. Pinball machine.
There's been discussion about maybe selling some of those items.
I think game room stuff. You could throw those on this list here.
Yeah.
They sound like, oh man, we're going to use them all the time. We're going to have people over all the time playing games and stuff. And when we have company, we're all going to run upstairs and play games.
Never happens.
Never happens.
But you did play pool a lot when we first got it.
Yeah.
Dylan was going through his pool phase.
He liked playing pool. I still like playing pool. We just don't go up there and play pool.
Maybe we should make it a family event.
Pool is fun.
Maybe once a month, we're going to say, we're going to use something we have and never use.
Mm-hmm.
We never watch movies in the media room, ever.
I don't think I've been in the media room in like 6 months.
The last thing we watched together as a family in the media room was E.T. That was 4 or 5 years ago. That was pre-COVID, I think, because I'd never seen E.T.
Mm-hmm.
I think you and I watched a Netflix movie, like The Bird's Nest or something, or Birdcage, or that Red with the Rock. We sat up there and watched. We watched a movie up there. It was the one where the girl, I think it was The Birdcage with Sandra Bullock, where everybody couldn't, they had to be blind.
Oh, gosh. I thought
they'd go crazy.
Yeah. I thought we went to the movies to see that.
No, we watched that upstairs in the media room. That's how long it's been.
Oh, wow.
My truck shortly
There's
after
more?
I can stop after this one. My truck shortly after I bought it, my job gave me a work truck. Now my personal truck just sits there. It makes me sad. Having a work car does change your life.
Dime.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, well, how long? The minute you sell your personal car, it's like, well, the work truck goes over, the work car goes away. So anyway, that's it. That was just an interesting list.
Those are good ones, babe. Good list.
We love lists.
People love lists. Yeah, they do.
We're gonna keep that pool table.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent. If we sold it, I'd probably be okay. If we kept it, I'd be okay. So I don't know.
It fills the space.
It fills the space, and there's not a huge market for used pool tables. I mean, you can throw it out there.
We're kind of stuck with it.
I mean, it's in great shape, but you could throw it out there on Facebook Marketplace, but then somebody's got to come get it, and you got to take it apart to get it out of the house. That's the thing about pool tables, guys. If you ever buy a pool table, I mean, it sounds like a good idea. It's going to be fun and all, but you got to have it like delivered and set up. So you just add another $1,000 to whatever the price of the pool table was.
I'll tell you what. When we sell the house,
just leave
we'll
it
throw
there.
in the pool table as an added bonus.
We're just leaving it there. That some bitch is going to leave it there.
We'll work that into the price, the selling price. If we ever leave this house, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Pull us out of here on a gurney. Okay, babe, I guess we'll bring it home for Jerome. I just had one, what is Allen listening to? Every once in a while, I'll tell you what kind of podcasts I'm listening to. I listen to a couple of podcasts, not a whole bunch, but I've mentioned this dude before. His name's Lex Friedman, and he does a podcast, and he does these long format podcasts. They're like 3 and 4 hours.
No, I can't.
Now,
I can't.
The reason I'm fine with that is because I don't sit down in 4 hours and listen to the whole thing. I'll just break it up into like 5 different podcasts. But he has the most interesting guests. He's had like Elon Musk on there 100 times. He has political people, but from all different viewpoints.
Is he talking about the same thing for that time, or does he break it up into like
they got
4 or 5 different segments?
Of different subjects. Okay. He talks to religious figures. He talks to scientists. He talks to philosophers. He talks to all kinds of these interesting cats. Well, I just stumbled on podcast number 480. He's got this dude named, now if you've got a kid, or maybe yourself, you have a son or daughter, or maybe yourself, are really interested in dinosaurs. I was so into dinosaurs when I was a kid. I just saw this and I'm like, well, that sounds kind of interesting. He's got this dude on there. His name's Dave Hone, and this is like a 3.5 hour podcast. This guy's a paleontologist.
It's all dinosaurs for 3.5 hours.
All dinosaurs. So this dude is talking, he specializes though in T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex. So they're talking about T-Rex and the extinction of the dinosaurs, evolution. Is Jurassic Park what you see in the movies? Is that really real? Like, is that really how the dinosaurs were? They're just talking about all this number of so interesting subjects.
Did the most recent Jurassic World one come up? Because that was ridiculous.
I've only made it through about the first hour, but he's going into, how big these animals were and how, for example, I'll just real quick. He's talking about like, you don't realize how big animals are until you get up next to one. Like when you're at the zoo and you see an elephant, like the elephant's in his enclosure, right? And the door's big, his food's big, everything in there's big. So he just kind of looks like an elephant. But if you get up there next to the elephant, you're like, holy shit, this thing is freaking huge.
Yeah.
So like
imagine how much bigger dinosaurs were.
Well, that's what he was saying. He was saying the average big African elephant I want to say he said it's like 4 tons, whereas T-Rex was 7 tons. But a T-Rex was 14 yards long and about 7 yards tall and ran around on 2 feet. So you're talking about this massive animal that was a carnivore, that had teeth as big as bananas, running around chasing things. And it's just very interesting the way he explained how it lived, how it walked, how it ran, how it gathered food, how it had babies, just all these things you don't even really, think about. But I don't know. He was just saying you can, I guess, theorize a lot about how the dinosaurs were based on how predators act today. He said they probably did a lot of the same things that a predator would do today. That's what the dinosaurs would do as well. Because he was saying, you see in Jurassic Park, the T-Rex is always fighting this big giant dinosaur, like a big triceratops with these, 3-meter long horns. He's like, they weren't stupid enough to attack an animal like that because they'd get seriously injured. Like a lion doesn't usually go after a giraffe by himself. He'll go in there as a group, but usually they're after like the babies, or the small ones or the injured ones. He said that's probably what the T-Rex did too. They went after the smaller animals, the easier prey, because it's less energy, right? And you're probably not going to get injured as much. So anyway, that was just a little tidbit I picked up from that podcast. Lex Friedman, podcast number 480. He's got this dude named Dave Hone on there he's a T-Rex expert. And he talks in this English accent too, which makes it sound even better.
There are so many people that are so into dinosaurs; they would love that.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. And if you have a teenager, somebody who's really into dinosaurs, that might be a good listen for them as well.
Well, I recommend Ken and Barbie on Hulu, and I don't know what it's about.
What is it about?
I have no idea, but it's true crime.
Okay.
Number 1. That's my number 1 recommendation.
See how I recommended something, but I gave you a little tidbit?
I just gave you the list. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I do love Only Murders in the Building. Season 5 just began. The first 3 episodes dropped. It's a great, great series. A lot of fun. I'm loving it.
Which one is that? The real quiet one?
That's the one where Martin Short and Steve Martin and Selena Gomez live in the same building, and there's a murder in their building, and they start a podcast about it. And now every season revolves around a podcast they're doing about a murder that occurs in the building. And it's just a really clever show. But this year they've actually, I meant to look it up today and I forgot because last night was, what's today? Okay. Tuesday night it dropped 3 episodes, and they said they actually have a real podcast to go with it now. So I'm going to go look up the real Only Murders in the Building podcast and see how they're doing it. If they're doing it in character or if they're just talking about the episode, I don't know. Okay. But they got a lot of really big name celebrities that do cameos on there and guest appearances. It's really fun.
Cool. All right, babe. Good stuff. You got anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm sad. I'm heavy. My head is heavy. My eyes are blurry. I just kind of want to go to bed, pull the covers over my head.
Well, week 2 in the NFL we have to look forward to.
We always have that.
Your Dallas Cowboys.
We don't always have that, but for the next several weeks we have football.
Hey, and go Texas Tech Red Raiders, man.
Yeah?
2-0.
Well, they're playing teams that...
Wow.
I mean, come on.
Wow.
They're playing these really small schools that don't even have a chance.
Well, hey, sorry. Sorry about you.
Well, they pick somebody that's worthy of.
We're gonna play our conference schedule. Don't you worry about that.
These poor little kids. Hey, they're out there getting their butts handed to them.
I can find joy in this. Don't blow my candle out just because I'm shining brightly right now.
I just feel bad for these small schools that just go out there to let the score be run up by the other.
They're
team.
Trying to score too.
I know they're trying, but it's not fun. I feel bad for them. But somebody said, "Oh, don't worry about it. They're getting paid."
Whoa!
Those small schools get paid.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's demoralizing. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair.
Well, there's a lot more running up of the score in college than there is in the pros. That's for sure. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately.
I love y'all.
I love those Dallas Cowboys desperately. Let's see if we can bring home a victory versus the New York Football Giants. I love T-Rex desperately. Very, very interesting subject, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's good to know.
Go check it out. And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.